Good Friday evening and welcome to the Ncwlife Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. In today's weather window, it's a cloudy one and an overcast one with showers around parts of north central Washington this afternoon. And that will be the trend as we move into our evening hours as we take a look down at the Wenatchee Valley from our cross camera, our brand new beautiful 4K camera. And you can see the clouds now around the mountain area, the foothills around Wenatchee. Some of those foothill tops have disappeared this afternoon, and that usually is a good indicator that a pretty good storm system is moving in, and that could mean a cooler weekend weather forecast. Not so much for Saturday and Sunday. Those 2 days look pretty nice, but we do have a good chance for showers tonight. Saturday and Sunday, not too bad. As you can see, that's about what we'll see over the weekend. A few clouds, some blue sky out there. Warmer temperatures than today, though. And for Wenatchee, we'll see a high tomorrow of around 65, 66 on Sunday before the next storm system moves in. And that will bring us a 40% chance for showers on both Monday and for Tuesday. Your complete weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. An Ellensburg man was seriously injured Wednesday night near Cle Elum after being hit by a car. Drivers traveling westbound on Interstate 90 this weekend need to plan for added travel time due to a lane closure near Cle Elum. And the event center at the Pybus Public Market has a new look, a new name, and tomorrow the public can check it out for themselves. But first, we begin tonight. A two-vehicle accident around noon yesterday on Easy Street in Wenatchee sent 2 people to the hospital. Jason Reinfeld with the Chelan County Sheriff's Office tells us what happened.
It occurred on Easy Street, right near Acres Lane. 54-year-old Cashmere male was driving a 1993 pickup. Appeared that he was traveling eastbound on Easy Street. He happened to look away from the roadway for a bit, and when he looked back, the vehicles in front of him had come to a stop. So he swerved into the oncoming lane where an 81-year-old Cashmere female was driving Subaru westbound, and they struck head-on. Both the female and the male were transported to Central Washington Hospital with injuries. None appeared life-threatening.
Reinfeld says both lanes of traffic on Easy Street were blocked for a short time while crews cleared the damaged vehicles. An Ellensburg man was seriously injured Wednesday night near Cle Elum after being hit by a car. Washington State Patrol says the accident happened around 9:30 when 34-year-old Christopher Glondo of Ellensburg was walking along State Route 970 near the Twin Pines Drive-In when he stepped into the eastbound lane and was struck by an SUV driven by 33-year-old Mason Beeman of Moses Lake. Both the vehicle and Glondo came to rest, blocking the westbound lane of traffic. Beeman was not injured in the accident, and Glondo was transported to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle. The accident remains under investigation. Well, drivers traveling westbound on Interstate 90 this weekend need to plan for added travel time due to a lane closure near Cle Elum at milepost 88 near the Indian John Rest area. The Washington State Department of Transportation closed the right lane Tuesday night, October 2nd, after a string of collisions in the area prompted a closer look at the pavement. This new section of concrete was completed in fall of 2017. However, a recent test of the concrete surface shows a subsequent reduction in skid resistance. For the safety of the traveling public, the right westbound lane will remain closed until the work is finished. Drivers need to plan for added travel time and expect delays through the area, especially those traveling on Sunday. Detour routes around the lane closure are available via US 97 to State Route 970. The event center at the Pybus Public Market has a new look, a new name, and tomorrow the public can check it out for themselves. The Pybus Public Charitable Foundation will be hosting an open house inside the Local-Tel Event Center at Pybus Market. It begins at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. On this morning's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, Brenda Mandelis of Local-Tel Communications talked about how the Pybus Public Market and Local-Tel were a perfect fit.
We were contacted by Steve Engel, I think was our first meeting.
Correct.
And presented it to us, and they offered us this opportunity. And I've worked with numerous people on the board before, various other activities and things in the community. And we kind of decided if I'm going to associate myself and our company with anything of this nature, you can't say no. It's a perfect group. It's a good group of people, a great organization, and it represents kind of all the philosophy and the things that Local-Tel tries to be in the community. And everything that goes on at PIBUS, all the nonprofit things, and you know, you could list the hundreds of different events, right, that are all relevant to any community, and they are what makes a community. And it's all local people doing local things and serving others and taking care of each other, and it's a perfect thing for what we are.
The open house runs from 10 to 2 and will feature guided tours, treats, and speeches from local dignitaries. Coming up next, beginning next week, the Wooden Avenue Bridge in Chelan will once again be shut down. This Saturday, the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society will join over 25 shelters in every region of the state for Shelter Open House. And what lessons have we learned in the U.S. Supreme Court nomination process? That's the question Ncwlife's Steve Hare asked in downtown Wenatchee earlier today. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the Ncwlife Evening News.
Thanks to the help I received at Goodwill,
I have a job. I'm working now. Thanks to Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Goodwill's Employment Connection Center is a free walk-in job search assistance program designed to get you back to work. When you donate to or shop at Goodwill, you're really helping people find work.
Thank you.
Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Bob's Burgers and Brew in Wenatchee. Only the best.
If you want to work in healthcare, choose the program that teaches the skills employers want. The Charter College Medical Assistant Program combines hands-on learning in the lab with convenient online learning, plus real-life experience with an externship. Classes start every 5 weeks, so you don't have to wait to launch your new career. Enroll with confidence, knowing Charter is institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, and be ready to work in less than a year. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
Bob's Burgers and Brew in Wenatchee. Only the best.
Welcome back. In another news, beginning next week, the Wooden Avenue Bridge in Chelan will once again be shut down. The bridge will be closed Monday morning at 7 a.m. through Friday at 5 p.m. The contractor will be installing water main from the bridge to Columbia Street on the north and from the bridge to 3rd Street on the south. Pedestrian access continues to remain open at all times, with bicyclists using the same area to cross. This Saturday, the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society will join over 25 shelters in every region of the state for Shelter Open House. Ncwlife's Megan McPherson gets the details from the shelters' Renee Parkins.
So we have a lot of fun things going on this weekend. We'll have a spin the wheel for adoption specials. We have our friends from PetSmart in East Wenatchee. They'll be here giving out giveaways to new adopters. We'll also have bags of Hill's Science Diet sample bags for every animal that gets adopted to take home. And we have what we're calling Let Them Play, which is observations of our play groups. So
how does the play group thing work?
Our play groups observations will be from 12 to 2. And basically what that is, we have a really great behavioral specialist that works with our dogs. Many of our dogs that come into the shelter will will have anxiety, or they'll be a little skittish, or maybe need some socialization. And Karen works really hard to get them socialized and get kind of those behaviors worked out that may need to be fixed, and get them to a really great adoptable point. And so people can kind of see what that process looks like.
What lessons have we learned in the U.S. Supreme Court nomination process? That's the question Ncwlife's Steve Hare asked in downtown Wenatchee today as the nation awaits Saturday's final confirmation vote in the U.S. Senate.
Yeah, I think mostly for me personally, it's taking away that gender plays such a role in how we perceive people, and that like his responses to the confirmation hearings versus hers, and how if a female had acted the way he acted, she would have been perceived so much differently than how he was perceived, and that maybe he was perceived as strong or defiant, where she would have been erratic and potentially crazy. And so taking this time to flip our gender norms and our gender assumptions, I think is really important.
How about you?
I'm thinking a lot of things after this week. I think one of the biggest ones would be just trying to understand our country's priorities, and feeling both nervous as well as inspired by people that have spoken out. And I think in terms of lessons, I'm thinking a lot about empathy and how different people build empathy for different situations, often most similar to their own situation, and wanting to understand how to build empathy across different populations would be my biggest.
Okay, you're the lone guy here, so what are your thoughts?
I agree with what they said. I think taking lessons about gender norms and perceptions, and then I think also just in the broader sense that we are living in an era of obstructionist government, and it's sad to see that, and I think the Republicans could have found a different candidate who was aligned with their views but who didn't have these accusations against them, and instead they felt it was important to jam through Kavanaugh, and I think that's a shame.
You're watching the Ncwlife Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's features story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the Ncwlife Evening News. Stay with us.
Sir, I pulled you over today to ask you one thing. Is it true that Apple Valley Honda has a free lifetime warranty on every new Honda?
Officer, I'm glad you asked. Our lifetime warranty comes free on all of our new Hondas. That means you won't have to pay a dime for any major expenses. That could save you thousands. And no, you do not have to service with us. It's a great peace of mind, officer.
Wow, my wife and I have wanted the new Accord. We'll see you this weekend.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Eastern Washington. It's a great place to call home and a great time to own a home. It's the ideal place to lay down roots for your family and your future. Gisa Credit Union thinks Eastern Washington is a great place to own a home too. That's why we offer all kinds of home loans with personal attention every step of the way. We're your home. For home loans, we're Gisa Credit Union.
Welcome back to the Ncwlife Evening News. As East Wenatchee celebrates the annual Wings and Wheels Festival this weekend, Ncwlife's Steve Hare visited with the owners of Century Aviation, Mark Smith and Karen Barrow. They're in the business of restoring antique aircraft.
Well, as Pangbourne Memorial Airport prepares for this weekend's Wings and Wheels Festival, we thought it might be interesting to learn more about some of the businesses that operate here at the airport. including Century Aviation, which is located inside this otherwise nondescript hangar on the property. And it's what goes on inside that hangar that's real magic, as we'll tell you. You've been operating now at a Pangbourne Airport for how long?
26 years.
26 years.
26 years. In that time span, let's talk about the projects you've been involved in, which have been, you know, you worked on multiple projects.
Just cranking them out.
I was going to say, my goodness, and your specialty, of course, are these vintage collectible aircraft, and they're seen in museums all over the country. So how many projects have you been involved in, Mark?
Restoration, we haven't really done an accurate count, but we're probably upwards of 25 restorations here in the shop. We also disassemble and move aircraft and suspend aircraft in museums. And with that part of the business, we're probably now approaching 100. 100. Yeah.
My goodness gracious, and they range all kinds of projects from Japanese Mitsubishi Zero, the famous World War II fighter aircraft, all the way to the 1914 flying boat that you just finished.
Correct.
We did a replica of the Wright brothers flyer that from 1903. We did a replica of that for the Evergreen Aviation Museum in McMinnville, Oregon. And at the same time, we were working at the National Air and Space Museum to help move parts or move airplanes out of the way so they could do some restoration to the building. And it gave us some wonderful access with permission, which was wonderful, to actually look at the plane, and we could make the replica that we were doing as original as we could.
Well, it really is interesting what it is you have to work from. Very often, there's no plans for some of these older aircraft, and really you're just working from a pile of scrap metal and wood, aren't you, Mark?
In some cases, two examples that are great is the 1914 Curtiss flying boat that we just finished. There was some parts that we received through our customer, and then we were able to accumulate a total of 9 drawings for the airplane. We worked out of images that were in 1914 Flight magazine that showed us what some components worked with or looked like. And then also working off of vintage photographs that we could get either through museums or find online. So that one, basically 9 drawings and some original parts, to the extreme, like Karen was mentioning, 1921 Martin MB-2 bomber that we built for the Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio. And in that case, they gave us 2 engines, 1 engine start button, 1 propeller, 16, I believe it was about 16 rolls of microfilm, and we printed over 6,000 drawings. And it's the only aircraft in existence, so there were no spares anywhere out there. So we go from 6,000 plus drawings to 9 drawings, and then anything in between.
Obviously, there's a lot of patience involved in putting these things together.
We have our days.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Here we are. Great to have you along on this Friday. And it's a cloudy Friday out there today as we take a look down at the Wenatchee Valley from our 4K cross camera up in East Wenatchee, or should say up on the hill in East Wenatchee. There's the clouds moving in. It's really obscuring the hilltops right now as that system continues to move in. We are seeing showers around parts of North Central Washington. And I'm telling you folks, I probably don't need to tell you, but it didn't get very warm today. High temperature so far in the Wenatchee area today, 51 degrees. That's all we could muster today. 67 is our normal high temperature, so way below that. And we were also below in our overnight lows. 39 this morning, 45 is where we should be for this time of year. 80, our record high back in 1993, our record low. 34 degrees, and that was in 1974. These are all going to change over the next 24 hours. Nothing yet, although we are seeing some sprinkles around the area. 4.41 inches is what we've had so far this year. Sunrise this morning at 7:05, and the sun will set tonight at 6:32. Let's put our map in motion now and show you what we can expect. This is the storm system moving in right now. It's coming up and over this area of high pressure into Washington State, and then this circulation around area of low pressure just off the coast is bringing that moisture into into north central Washington. Most of this moisture should be around Highway 2 and south, so areas around Yakima and over into Spokane should get decent amounts of rain tonight. Clearing skies and a little bit warmer as we move into Saturday. In fact, Saturday looks very nice with mostly sunny skies. The same same goes for Sunday. Mild temperatures back into the mid-60s. We are clearing out, but look what's coming in next. Once again, riding down the backside of that high-pressure ridge, and there is a lot of moisture associated with this. A 40% chance of showers with increasing clouds as we kick off our next work week. Lots of snow showers mixed in as well. Those will move off into the Rockies as we make our way into Tuesday, but we're going to stay with that 40% chance of showers. It's just going to be kind of one of those mucky days on Tuesday, wet and cloudy throughout the day and not very warm. But the thing is, we will warm up just slightly on Wednesday. Mostly sunny, will dry out on Wednesday, and we will see mild temperatures as all of this storminess moves into Montana and into the northern plains, dropping anywhere up to 6 inches of snow in eastern Montana and in the Dakotas. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune forecast. And tonight we will see 43 degrees, a 60% chance of rain. Those rain showers will mainly be between about 5 p.m. and about 10 p.m. tonight. A little bit warmer for Saturday, 65 degrees, so a nice start to our weekend. Not a bad end to our weekend either, with mostly sunny skies. We will see increasing clouds on Sunday. That will be late in the day, just ahead of the storm system I showed you, that will bring us about a 40% chance of showers on Monday. We're going to stay mostly cloudy on both Monday and Tuesday. Lows will drop back down into the lower 60s. Moving past that into Wednesday, morning showers, partly cloudy skies in the afternoon and 61 degrees. By Thursday, we'll see sunny and dry conditions. 63 our afternoon high and 43 our overnight low. And that's a look at your local weather. Coming up next, Eric Granstrom with sports and more as the Ncwlife Evening News continues right after this.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington for 34 years. Arctic provides the finest heating and cooling air quality products for residential and commercial customers, along with prompt and professional customer service. Arctic also offers specialty services like custom sheet metal fabrication of ductwork, coil cleaning, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Arctic is available for emergency calls 24/7. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs. And now it's a sports update on the Ncwlife channel.
And a happy Friday. The Wenatchee Panther volleyball team held off a spirited effort by Eisenhower to snap a 3-game losing streak last night with a 3-zip win. Wenatchee led by seniors Megan Wolf and Lauren Clark in downing the cadets 25-22, 18-21. I was courtside with Leanne Branham on the call here on the Ncwlife channel.
And here's Allen again. It's touched at the nets. White's near side, Wolf, and a hole in the pond they find, and a point for the Panthers, make it 13-9. Here's Allen again with a touch. She's blocked. Scramble, scramble. Ike gets it back over. Nice job. Lily Dexter up front it
Emily,
goes.
yep.
Reverse to Redmond, and it's out.
No, she touched it on her way out.
Did she touch it?
Yeah.
Yes, she did. It's a Wenatchee point. Boy, close one there.
It's hard when you have this big of a lead. Sometimes it just feels like too big of a cushion, and it's hard to finish.
Alaniz to Wolf. Now to White.
There
and
you go.
Sarah White will get the point to get the win for the Panthers. Eisenhower trying to hang in there. Peroni on the service. Into the net it goes. That's a tough way to lose the match, but it happens, and that will do it.
Panthers improved to 3-3 in Big 9 play with a win. Other action last night saw Kashmir shutting out Okanagan 3-0 in Caribou Trail League play. Turning to the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard in soccer, Eastmont went into 2 golden goal overtimes against West Valley. After the game ended in a 1-1 tie in regulation, Rams scored in the 2nd minute of the 2nd overtime to pull out a 2-1 victory. Chris Miller scored the Wildcats' lone goal. Another action on the pitch, Chelan shut down Omak 4-1, and Lake Roosevelt doubled up on Manson 2-1. Also Wenatchee with a big win over Sunnyside 6-1. Kate Springer with the hat trick. In the pool yesterday, Eastmont swept a double duel with West Valley and Sunnyside at the Eastmont Aquatic Center, downing the Rams 131-46 and the Grizzlies 137-43. Eastmont hosting that 11-dive meet today. Coming up tonight on the Ncwlife channel, we have Wenatchee and West Valley in Big 9 football. Panther coach Scott Devereaux says his offensive line will have its hands full with a blitzing defense, but they're coming off their best game.
Yeah, that was the best game they've played all year against Moses Lake, and so.
See, they just need an offensive lineman to announce the game in order for them to have a good game.
There you go. Keep it up. Yeah, it was their best game so far. They actually all got helmet stickers this week.
Nice.
That's the first time they've gotten them, so that was nice to see. and hopefully we just, keep progressing every week.
Be sure and watch our pregame show, 6:45. You'll hear from Coach Devereaux as well as Riley Coons on our pregame show here on the Ncwlife channels. We'll look at the rest of the Pret football schedule for tonight under the lights. Actually, in the afternoon today, Waterville Mansfield taking on Whelpton on the road. Eastmont on the road at Davis tonight at 7 o'clock. Coach Michael Don says the key for his team will be to handle the Pirates' pressure.
When you play a blitzing team, it's all or nothing. We saw that Friday. West Valley blitzed us like crazy, and they'd get a tackle for a loss, and the next play, our fullback pops for 50. So we just got to be willing to sit back and be patient and take some of the lost yardages when they guess right, and then when they're wrong, hit a big play.
Also tonight, Cascade hosts Omak in Peshastin. Chelan is at Kashmir for the 65th Battle of the Bronze Shoe. Bulldogs have the decisive lead in that series since it began in 1953, leading the Goats 52-12. In other games, Manson hosts Brewster, while Pateris is at Entiat. The Wenatchee Wild will once again have to find luck in Game 2 of a series in Canada. They fell to Prince George last night by a final of 3-2. The Spruce Kings scored first in the second period, but the Wild countered on a goal by Christophe Filion. But 2 quick goals by Prince George to end the second will be the difference. Hockey TV has the video. Arch Ecker on the play-by-play on the Wenatchee Wild Radio Network.
Cook gets it back. Poisson swings it across, shot and a score. Audrey crossing feed. The Wild wait, shot and a score. Oh, Christophe Filion. Beautiful shot from the right circle after catching the crossing pass. Pass ahead for Mans, that's broken up, slapped ahead by Park. Not enough to clear, rebound, smack, and it's in. As they cycle in the offensive zone, Liam Watson-Brown shoots and he scores. His shot from the midpoint gets by Park high on the blocker's side. Arnold, his shot angles low and wide, rebound, shot and a score. Thrown out in front. There's Cook, his shot blocked on the way through. And again, another shot fired just wide at the horn.
Wenatchee travels to Chilliwack tomorrow to take on the Chiefs at 7 o'clock. College football scheduled for tomorrow. Eastern Washington travels to Southern Utah for a 12:10 kickoff. Number 10, Washington's at UCLA at 4:30 on Fox. Central Washington try to bounce back at Azusa Pacific at 6. Also 6 o'clock kickoff for Washington State at Oregon State. That's on the Pac-12 network. Finally, Seahawks have the hands full Sunday at CenturyLink Field as they'll host the 4-0 and high-flying LA Rams. The Seahawks 2-2, that kickoff at 1:25 on Fox. That's sports. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a great weekend. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. As we leave you tonight, we would like to wish our good friend and co-worker Steve Hare and his wife Lynette a very happy 33rd wedding anniversary. We love you, Steve. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz and News with Steve Hare. Make that Monday morning. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great weekend.
This is TV. This is TV Set Free. TV everywhere from Localtel sets you free to watch what you want, where you want. Catch your favorite networks, including live TV, ready to watch on any web-connected device for no extra charge. That's TV Set Free. Enjoy the extra value Localtel delivers with TV everywhere. Visit localtel.net and sign up today.
Yes, we are live from Studio 2, and I am Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We got news, we got sports, we got weather, we got obscure holiday, today in history, birthdays. Tom Potter joins me in studio. How are you? And Rod Cool is my guest today. The expert is Bonnie Orr. We're broadcasting live from Studio 4, from Studio 2, Studio 7 here in downtown Wenatchee. Time for the obscure holiday of the day. Your Dog to Work Day, Beautician's Day. It's National Selfie Day, and in honor of National Selfie Day, I'm going to take a picture of myself.
Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, mornings at 7 o'clock on the NCW Life channel.
I'm Jim Corcoran.
And I'm Ken Osborne.
and you're watching the NCW Life channel.